Hello and welcome to another edition of the Mayor's Wellness Campaign Chair Yoga. My name is Christina Chismar. I am a certified yoga instructor as well as the Red Clerk and Administrative Assistant for the borough. So let's get started. As usual, make sure you have some water handy. Make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes. Make sure that you have spoken to a physician in regards to starting or continuing a exercise regime. If at any point you feel dizzy, don't feel right, whatever, just take a break. It's just yoga. If it's something that doesn't feel right, just back out of it. Go wherever you need to be. So let's get started. Let's just come into our breath, into our seat, just relaxing, closing our eyes. Excuse me. You can sit back against your chair if you'd like, or sit up straight. I'll sit up straight. Just start coming into your breath. Eyes closed if you like, hands up, palms up for getting some energy, palms down if you're feeling a little hyper, excited, whatever, grounding. So just depending on your mood. I'm feeling a little sluggish, so my hands are going to be opening up to receive some energy. And keeping your eyes closed if you like, or opening them up. We'll just be getting into some cat-cow. So taking a big inhale, making your belly nice and big, accentuating the natural curvature of your spine. Exhale, roll it all the way back, almost like you're trying to get your spine to your chair, getting into a cat spine, belly button to the back. All the air expels out. Inhaling back up. Exhaling down. You don't have to make it as pronounced as I'm doing on your inhales and your exhales. It's just more so to train yourself that the idea is not to keep yourself nice and straight. Abs are actually made by the breathing exercises. So inhaling our lungs nice and big. Exhaling them out. You're actually working your abs while you do so. So we'll do one more. And exhale. Making some hip circles, making them as big or as little as you like. We are going to do pretty much a full class today. So again, just going around. Going one more time. When you get back to the top, pause. Reversing your circles, keeping those sits bones down. Opening it up, letting everything just out. Sorry, just sitting too long. You just need to get your movements going, just however it feels good. Back to center. So going into some neck circles, dropping your chin to your chest, inhaling to the right, making sure that you're letting your head do the work, don't let your shoulders do the work. Shoulders stay down, head tries to get to the, ear tries to get to the shoulder blade, excuse me. Exhale, roll it on through. Inhale to the left. Exhale. Inhaling back. Exhaling to the middle. Inhaling back. Exhale to the middle. Inhale back. Exhale. Really letting the back of your neck breathe. Inhaling to the last round. Exhale to the middle. Inhale up to the right. Exhale into the middle. Inhale into the left. And we'll start doing some shoulder circles, making them as big or as little as you like, depending on how much room you have. You can really let your wings go, or keeping them close to your body, making them go up and go forward, up and forward, or just going in great big circles. Completely up to you. Listening to your shoulder blades. Personally, my neck and my shoulders are killing me, so any action feels good. Even just wiggle, 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 wiggle. Finding your happy spot. And reversing if you are making circles. Beautiful. Arms up overhead, doing my very favorite stretch, dropping your right hand to the middle of your back and resting your hand on your elbow, just stretching it open, letting it all go. Maybe resting your head against your arm if it's accessible. Just this act of just getting into those shoulder blades, you're just helping protect your spine because you're squeezing your shoulder blades in naturally without putting pressure on them, as well as opening up this part of your side body that you're really not used to doing. This part is a technical term, by the way. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold, opposite arm. Just letting it rest, enjoying this. My son is 2.5 now. He does these with me, except to lay down and just rest with his arms like this. It's actually very adorable. Inhale, arms back up overhead. Exhale, drop them down. Do any kind of wiggling that might be needed as we're getting things activated. And one thing I learned in my training, which I absolutely love, is thinking of this like fuzz. Your sinews, they should be nice and whoosh. They should almost look like hair. Just very sinewy, very flowy, very everything. As we develop scar tissue, as we get more lethargic, our bodies become more stuck together. So, pretend this is a joint, pretend this is scar tissue. Can't really move it, but the more you activate, the more you get into it, the easier it becomes. It's almost like playing with hard Play-Doh or hard clay. The more you work it, the more it gets sinewy. Doesn't happen overnight, but it feels like you start feeling different. You start feeling better. You start feeling it, period. Like my friends and I, we feel it when we don't drink water. It's the same principle. You're opening up your body for these things. Your body starts craving it because it loves it. Hopefully you're getting to that with our yoga. So moving into our fingers and our wrists. Right hand out in front of me. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, by the way. Starting with the right pinky. And switch. Just pressing it back. Don't pull. Just holding on just enough to feel that pressure. And switch. Inhaling. Exhale. And taking your left hand underneath the right to grab pinky closest to the palm, pulling it back. And switch. Left hand out, starting with pinky. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale and switch. Exhale. Switch. Inhale. Exhale. Switch. Inhale. Exhale. Switch. Just taking your time, holding on to that thumb. Inhaling. Exhale. I'll say it again. The faster you move, the less work you're doing. The more time you take to really pay attention, that's when you really get into the stretch. That's when you start breathing into it. I love that phrase, breathe into it. How do you breathe into your blood? How do you breathe into that? You're just focusing in on it. Back to the right hands. Sorry for my TED Talks today. Pressing all 4 fingers back or grab with the thumb as well. I like all 4 fingers, just opening up that part of your wrist. Doesn't feel like the top. This is the bottom. Palmy, I don't care. Flipping it over, once again, all 4 or 5, take your pick, just holding on, pressing it back. Switching to the left, all 4 or 5 fingers, pressing back. And switching over, all 5 or 4. And shaking them out, doing whatever feels organic to you. We'll do squats, legs, stand up. Standing up to do our squats, making sure your chair is nice and close. And when you're ready, drop your booty down, going down to sit in your chair, making sure you're not pressing your knees over. You can actually tell two options. You can either bring your hands down to your toes, or you'll actually can feel it in the front of your ankle when you're going over your toes. That's not good. You want to press back. So if you need to, you can always have the chair aligned. So anyways, dropping down, lifting all the way back up for 1. Lowering back down, lifting up for 2. Lowering down, lifting up for 3. Lowering down. If you like me, you can always try to lift up your pinkies or toes. That's how you're doing it. If you lift up your pinkies, you're having tea. And lowering down. I lost track. I think that's 4. Lifting back up. Do 1 more. Lowering down and holding it. Bring your arms out in front of you if you like, or keeping them together, or dropping on your chair because you think I'm torturing you. Completely up to you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Starting with our right leg, lifting it on up, making sure that you're centering in your legs, making sure once again you're keeping them up, not together, separate. You're working into your hips by doing so. If you want putting your hands on your hips, completely up to you. Start making your ankle circles as big or as little as you like, getting some foot motion if it feels good. Oh, sorry, I hurt my foot last night. My ankle, kind of forgot there was an extra step. So this kind of hurts, but it's a kind of a good hurt. It's like, oh God, I needed that stretch. But if it starts to hurt, stop. Making sure you switch your circles, making sure you're making that oblong, weird ass circle, excuse my language, weird butt circle. We can't have it. And just making them go as big or as little as you like. And dropping it down, switching, and making your circles as big or as little as you like. And reversing, this one's much easier. So see which one's different for you. See where it feels weird, see where it feels fun. Almost done. And dropping it on in. Bring your right leg up to hug in to keep your spine nice and straight. You can always bring underneath your thigh or in front of your shin, completely up to you. Just holding it in. Feel what feels good. It might even just be the fact that you lifted it. This might be perfect. The fact that you have your leg up and you're holding it in, that's what the exercise is. It's just holding it in. You're finding an imbalance, yet balancing on your hips, opening them up. Extending that right leg down, lifting up the left, same way. Finding that happy spot. Resist the urge to lay into the back of your chair. If you need to, come forward. Hugging it in. Hugging it in. Once again, as long as you have your leg lifted, that's it. You've done it. Feels very nice. Lowering that leg down. And here comes extra credit. You're more than welcome to just skip this and just go out into a forward fold. Or, actually, options, forward fold, just lifting, spreading down, lifting both legs up. Once again, holding your spine straight. Kegel. Let's call it, in yoga we call it Mula Bandha. M-U-L-A Bandha. You're squeezing in your pelvic floor to lift your legs up. If this feels good, and you always have the option of the chair to help you up, you can try grabbing your legs in, first one, then the other. If you have the space, you can always try to put them on the chair. But just holding both legs in. Once again, you're engaging your core. You're resisting the urge to roll your back. It's actually harder, I think, to keep your back rolled than it is to keep your back straight. It's just finding that happy spot. And lowering down. And if you did not take a forward fold, taking it down. Oh. Lifting all the way back up, coming to the back of our chair. Once again, I'm going to just move my chair over just because you can, this way you can see me a little bit better, but I also keep the chair by me to use as a reference point. You can also always use the wall, but my walls are far away. So I'm going to use the chair. So starting with our right leg, we're going to get into our tree. So You know, we'll plant, because I'm on this side, so I'm going to plant my left foot down, spreading out my foot, making sure I can lift my toes so I'm not rooting into them. You don't want squishy toes. Squishy toes means that you don't have the right balance. You're rooting into all four corners of your feet. Actually, before we get into that, a reminder. If you're rooting in, spread your legs out a little bit. It's actually funny. I had a friend yoga teacher, who complains because her arches are very low. She can't wear certain shoes because it hurts. By working your feet and just going up and down, lifting up the heels, lifting up the balls of your feet, just doing like feet exercises, doing the one with the tennis ball, oh yeah. Doing just little exercises like that can help with the dexterity of your feet. I don't know these proper terms. I have to do more anatomy training, I apologize. But going back into, you can, by the way, do as many times as you want, just working into those feet, because the more you work into rooting into your foot, finding that side of that foot, finding the front, the back, everything, the more stability you gain and the better your arches. Once again, I'm not saying that this is going to be acceptable for every person. I'm just saying that it doesn't hurt to try it. So maybe if you have feet problems, like I have some feet problems too, even just rolling on that ball, they make those reflexology mats, things like that, just working into your feet. So back to working into our feet. Putting your weight into your left foot, toes are lifted enough so that when you fan them down, or just plop them down, as long as they're not scrunched together, so it extends out enough to lift your right foot up for the kickstand, the calf, or the thigh. Completely up to you. Just noticing where you stand, making sure you're staying off of that knee. Just balancing here, finding that happy place, finding that drishti gaze, your unmoving point. You might find out that, you know what, this isn't working, go down lower. It's just a practice. There is no yoga in the Olympics. You need yoga to go to the Olympics, because otherwise you're... So, finding that drishti gaze, finding that unmoving, beautiful point. Releasing right leg off of left. Bringing it forward. Actually, no, bring it out to the side for a moment, just where right before where your medius gluteus gluteus medius, sorry, starts to get that little pinch. Now bring it forward. It doesn't have to go all the way up. I can't. Now try swinging it back without touching the ground. Now bring it down. Little playtime. Worst thing is you go, not doing that. Right foot or left foot, depending on which one you just did, go opposite. Once again, rooting into all four corners of that foot, lifting up those toes. Enough to kickstands, calf, or thigh. Once again, your practice, you tell me. It could be easy as something as so silly as my pants are not good enough for me to hold it up against my thigh. Once again, practice. They don't call it, everything's a practice. Even doctors, it's a practice. It doesn't hurt to try things to try to see if they work better. As long as you don't hurt yourself, do it. And you don't hurt others. Don't do that. Once again, that beautiful drishti is that unmoving point. And for my friends who play at home, I know you probably tried with your arms. I'm not feeling very balancy today, so you're more than welcome to do whatever feels good to you. I'm good just staying right here, just balancing out, putting my pressure against my thigh, not against my thigh, against my calf and against my foot, squeezing it in. Think of yourself as a redwood tree. They're not bushes, they're a little tall. Make yourself as tall. Find that strength in you. Releasing it down, bring it out to the side, just to play around again. You're walking to skip it. Think Jack LaLanne. And swinging it back. Wherever it feels good. Moving it forward. I think we did opposite way. It's okay. And releasing it back down. Played a lot with Warrior 2s in my class classes. I got studios not in front of the computer. So I want to play with Warrior 2. I feel like we haven't done it in a while. So going to our right side, move the chair for now, and then I'll bring the chair back in just so you see. So right foot leg, noticing how That's not good. Bring your right knee over your ankle. If you have the space, that's when you start extending out. Eventually, you'll get to a 90-degree angle. If you don't, it's fine. Just as long as you keep your right knee in line with your ankle. Protects the knee. So from here, once again, squeezing in that mula bandha, that kegel. Arms go out to a T. Looking over that middle finger. Finding that strength. Strongest pose in yoga. But look at yourself. If you can, try looking at yourself. If you're sloppy, you're like this. You want to stay in line. If you're not squeezing in, you get sloppy too. Squeeze in, let go. Squeeze in, let go. You can tell. By squeezing in also, I find it protects my lower back. Plus, it just feels stronger. Because you also, if you're noticing, looking down at your foot, first of all, if you can see your big toe, making sure that you're in alignment as well. So you have heel to arch alignment. Looking over that middle finger. Reaching forward, flipping that palm, peaceful warrior. Bring the chair back in for a second. You always have the option to put your hands on the chair. Don't lose that bend. We'll lose it in a second. Hold on to it right now. Gaining that strength. If your thighs are burning, you're doing it right. If they're on fire and they're hurting, then come out of it a little bit. You might have your legs extended too far. And then just because it's fun, resting your right arm onto your right thigh. Once again, this is side angle pose. So you can have your hand on the chair, hand on the chair if it's in front of you, or you can extend it out. Noticing my left side body, noticing the line of energy. Straight lines. You thought you were getting away from geometry and algebra, but you're not. Keeps coming back to haunt you. And once again, holding it as long as you can, bringing yourself up, straightening out the front leg. Didn't that feel so good? Extended triangle. Same as warrior two, just extend it out. And then same as before, noticing where your hips are. Looking over that middle finger, reach forward, dropping right hand down on right leg, wherever it feels good. Chair is there to be your friend. If your hand doesn't touch the ground, that's fine. If you're touching the ground at the benefit of rolling your back, you're benefiting nobody. Once again, nice, long, straight backs. Drop it down. So if I'm going to lose my back to drop my hands, that's just ego talking. That's showing off. Try to just keep yourself as straight as you can. Lifting up. Find those triangles. All the way back up. Once again, chairs are fun. Extended triangle to peaceful triangle. I'm sliding in my socks. Excuse me. Didn't mean to do that. Once again, why chairs are good. Oh, wow. Getting into your other side. Once again, setting up, excuse me, one bottle. Once again, since we are going to our other side, setting up warrior two on our left side. Oh, can never drink enough water. Once again, making sure your knee is not going over your toes. Nice in the lines. If you have that alignment, double check yourself. If you look down, you can see your big toes. You're on fire. You're rocking it. Check your heel to arch alignment, and then if you need to, you can slide out. Why I'm sliding out, knowing my socks are going to take me farther. Shh. Once again, finding that spot, and then if you have it, extending out, looking over that middle finger. Finding your kegel, squeeze it in, making sure you have your shoulders rolled back. Finding the strength in this pose. Squeezy, squeezy, squeezy. Stretch forward, reach back, flipping that palm. Peaceful warrior, warrior four. Looking under your armpit. Doesn't have to be crazy, you don't have to slide down. If you start sliding down, it goes into your lower back. You're just opening your chest up too much. It's a side angle pose. Now let's go into side angle pose. Dropping left arm onto left thigh. Right arm goes up again. If you can make that beautiful line, if it's too much. Chair. Hello, chair. Just finding that spot. Looking up, Test your balance, even if you don't have your arm up. Just finding your spot, finding what feels good. And then when you're ready, off. And if you slid out, come back in, straightening out your front leg, coming into triangle pose. Watch, because I just did it wrong. Going into triangle pose. No. Going into triangle pose, straightening out. Noticing the triangles. You want to try to make right angle triangles. Is that the one where they beat all three? Because you'll answer me, thank you. So reaching out, looking over that middle finger again. Extend a triangle, and then when you're ready, reach forward and drop. That reach forward keeps your spine longer. Drop wherever it feels good. Chairs are good. Find that happy spot. Or go up to the sky. Once again, don't compromise your back just to show off. There's no need for that. You're learning the shapes. You're learning where it feels good. I'm sliding again. Excuse me. Rolling ourselves back up, going all the way through again. Peaceful triangle. And dropping it down. Let's wiggle it out and have a seat. So first going into a warrior. No, sorry, not a warrior, a goddess. Pigeon toe the feet out. Bend those knees. Chair there for support or bringing it out. 2. I'm sorry, my brain is shot today. Into goalpost arms or cactus arms. When you're ready, drop it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach all the way up for star, big stretch. And down. Getting into a twist. Not doing too many twists today. So starting, once again, making sure that you're in alignment. Make sure you're not able to reach back onto your chair. We're not resting just yet. Or take a break if you need to. So starting with your right hand, putting it in the middle of your chair. Taking a nice big inhale. Exhale, start twisting to the right side, letting your left hand go to the outside of your right thigh. Right hand out. You got as far as you think you can go. Take another big inhale. Exhale, try to go a little bit deeper. Try to keep those knees even. If it's too much, don't worry about it, but just for experiments, you can always try to bring your knees in. I don't like how that feels. Or bring them out, just finding that comfortable spot, looking over your right shoulder if it's accessible. If you feel like you have the extra space, right hand to the outside of the opposite spoke. Keeping their back straight. Strong, straight arms. Keep your back supported. Keep your spine supported. You do not want to twist with a crooked spine. If they made a nursery rhyme about that, don't do it. Shoulders stay down too, so it's still protecting your spine. And release, coming all the way back around to center. Left hand this time, down the middle, right smack dab in the middle. Finding where it feels good. So if you liked it closer, bring it closer. Once again, as long as you're not compromising your arms. If you're turning your back like that, back away. You don't have a straight spine, you don't naturally straight spine. You don't need to get a ruler, make sure it's even. Just naturally straight spine, make sure that you are in as much alignment as you can be. Shoulders rolled in, grabbing the middle of your chair. Inhale. Exhale, starting from the belly, start turning your way to bring your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. And you've gotten as far as you think you can go. Big inhale. Exhale, take it deeper. Try going all the way around, looking over left shoulder. Maybe, once again, left hand to the outside of the far spoke of the chair. Shoulders rolled into that back. And release, coming all the way back into the center. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold it down. If you want, you can always just bring your legs in close and just do a little half fold or do a full forward fold. Up to you. And come back up. Spread your knees out as wide as the chair, coming into our shoulder dips. Hands on the thighs. When you're ready, right shoulder in, looking to the left. Drop. Oh, that feels so good. Inhaling all the way up. Left, look right. Inhale, come on up. Right, look left. Inhale. Left, look right. Exhale. Inhale. To the left. Right, look left. Feels like a tongue twister. And up. And drop to the left on the left shoulder. Out. Last round. Right, look left. Coming on up. Left, look right. Closing out forelegs, getting into our hips. We're almost done here. So starting with right leg crossing right over left. If it's like this, if you can do it. I'm gonna get it. Not today though. The whole point is as long as you're squeezing your legs in, you should be able to, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in a week, maybe right now. You will feel it in your lower back. So the more you squeeze in, think of pee legs. Like you have to pee, you have to find a bathroom. Think of little kids. Squeeze your legs together. Cactus your arms. We will bring right arm in, swing left underneath. High five. Or grabbing in a bear hug. Or if that's too much, you can always bring your forearms together. Completely up to you. Noticing that you have a little space the more you squeeze in. Because I want you to squeeze in, keeping that arm as straight in a line as possible. By squeezing in, I like how this feels. Actually, I like how this feels the most. By squeezing yourself in, squeezing your upper back, squeezing your arms together, you're releasing your upper back. So it's a full back massage after the twist. Releasing your arms. Bring your legs in if they're not already in. Crossing right over left. Right ankle over left thigh. When you're ready, big inhale. Exhale, fold it over. Alpha. Maybe bring your hands down or staying up here. Completely up to you. You're using your own body weight to open up your hips. So the act of making a figure four, perfect. And if this is good and you're like, oh, God, no, stay here. You're opening up your hips just enough. The rest of it is just extending it to where it feels good, to open up your hips. Once again, going into the idea that we sit too long. This is going to help release things. And bring yourself all the way back up. Right leg comes down, left crosses over right. Once again, finding that happy spot. Nope. Squeeze it in. See whatever feels good. If you can do the double, rock on. You do you. And then when you're ready, cactus those arms. Left in the middle, right swings underneath for the high five, or the bear hug, or arms together. Extend. This is Anjaneyasana. I think of this as extended Anjaneyasana. There was no spelling test after this. Don't worry. Yes. Hold on. There we go. And hugging your arms in if it feels good. Do you follow yourself? Just holding everybody in, squeezing that back. Open it up. Releasing your arms, bring your left foot leg over right, same as before. Just noticing the difference. Like I can tell you already, I can feel my left leg goes down more. You're just finding that happy spot when you're ready. Staying here if you like, or inhaling. Exhale, seated pigeon, just letting it go. Bring your arms down if it feels right, or bringing them up. It's up to you. Relax. Hmm. Releasing it all, letting it all go, wiggling it out, doing whatever might feel good. Any last minute poses that feel right. I'm gonna just do a quick little pretend bridge here. So bring your hands to your spokes or behind the chair, completely up to you. Inhale, really accentuating your chest. Think of it as as cow pose. Just lifting up your shoulders, maybe dropping your head just enough. Don't hyperextend your neck. Keep it nice and straight. You're squeezing in your shoulder blades. So if you drop your neck back, kind of counterintuitive doing what we just did with your spine. Just open up. Enjoy that. Maybe try to get your belly really, really far forward. And let it go. So coming into a comfortable seat, letting go of your straight spine, letting your body rest, giving it time to adjust to everything that we have just done. Eyes closed if you like, hands to your side or to heart center. Completely up to you, or on your thighs again. Let it all go as we come into our final rest, giving our body time to adjust to what we've done to create some muscle memory. Letting go of your breath. Staying here as long as you need to. Taking your time to get out of it. Feel free to try this out again, or try the next one, or try one of our other ones. But until then, thank you so much for joining me. The Light Me Honors Light Me Up. Namaste. Have a great day.